Chelsea submit an official offer for Kiernan DEWSBURY-HALL. The Athletic have now stated that Chelsea have submitted a genuine bid to sign the midfielder. It looked like the English player would move to Brighton, but it looks like the deal has fallen through because Chelsea have already started offering him. Since their interest, it has been claimed that DEWSBURY-HALL is only interested in a move to Chelsea if he wants to leave Leicester. There will certainly be some wondering if this signing is really necessary, especially after the amount of money they've spent on midfielders so far. They broke their club's transfer record twice in consecutive transfer windows by bringing in Enzo Fernandez and Moises Caicedo, and it looks like neither of them will be out of the first team until now. Of course, there are also players like Romeo Lavia and Andre Santos, who will hope to make an impact in the first team next season, after injuries and loans meant they were unable to do so during last season. Chelsea are ahead of Brighton in the race to sign Kiernan DEWSBURY-HALL. Brighton were reportedly interested in him, but the deal fell through because DEWSBURY-HALL did not want to move to the Seagulls. These developments have now reportedly led to Chelsea showing a strong interest and intention to reunite him with manager Enzo Maresca, who moved from the King Power to Stamford Bridge this summer. The 25-year-old midfielder scored 12 goals in the championship and provided 14 assists as the Foxes quickly returned to the Premier League after suffering relegation. Chelsea are also understood to have named Fofana, who joined the club for £10 million, as part of the deal as the two clubs look to find an agreement that ensures they remain compliant with PSR rules this season. Fofana first spent last season on loan with Union Berlin, playing in the Champions League before moving to Burnley for the second half of the season after a difficult spell in Germany. At Turf Moor, he scored 4 goals in 15 Premier League appearances before joining Vincent Kompany's side. Chelsea are also looking to sell players such as Conor Gallagher and Trevoh Chalobah as they look to raise funds which will be used to strengthen the team ahead of next season. As Chelsea's hunt for Kiernan DEWSBURY-HALL continues, Enzo Maresca has outlined how the star will fit into his squad ahead of the 2024-25 season. After winning Leicester City's Player of the Year award during their championship winning season together, it is no surprise to see the Italian looking to reunite with the English midfielder and bring him to Chelsea. Now the Blues are reported to have made an official offer after the 25-year-old player refused to join Brighton, with his full focus now reportedly moving to Stamford Bridge. If this is confirmed, it is likely that Chelsea will try to sign the star on a long-term contract. DEWSBURY-HALL would certainly offer the youthful exuberance that Bowley and those at the top consistently crave, but would also blend well with his trophy-winning background at Leicester under Maresca, something the Italian highlighted during his time at the helm. King Power Stadium, final season. Speaking in November last year, Maresca claimed, "Kiernan is probably the player who, since we started, I noticed has developed more than the others. Now in this moment, he has the composure that a player like that needs. In the beginning, he was full of responsibility because he was from the academy, and after being relegated, these things. After the first international break, he calmed down, and now if you watch the game as a fan, it's a pleasure to watch. Kiernan, and look how calm he is. He's incredible on the ball. He knows when to attack and what to give to team. He is very dangerous near the box and has the quality to score goals or provide assists from anywhere. He always provides passes, provides assists. Unfortunately for him, his teammates, they conceded a lot of goals, but instead had 10 or 15 assists." Chelsea included 2 players in a player exchange for Kiernan DEWSBURY-HALL. Kiernan DEWSBURY-HALL could reunite with his former manager Enzo Maresca this summer. Chelsea are reportedly aiming to sign Leicester City midfielder Kiernan DEWSBURY-HALL and are ready to include 2 of their players in a potential summer deal. DEWSBURY-HALL, who has been at the Foxes since 2006, has established himself as an important first-team starter for his boyhood club over the past 2 seasons. The 25-year-old helped his team lift the 2023-2024 EFL Championship title under the tutelage of new Blues boss Enzo Maresca. A left-handed central midfielder blessed with a great passing and work ethic, DEWSBURY-HALL was arguably Leicester's best player last season. He scored 12 goals and provided 15 assists in a total of 49 matches for his club. Now, according to transfer journalist Fabrizio Romano, Chelsea hope to sign the Leicester youth product this summer. They have approached the Foxes with a proposal and are ready to include David Datro Fofana and Cesare Casade in a potential deal. DEWSBURY-HALL, whose current contract expires in June 2027, is reportedly waiting to join the Stamford Bridge side. If the England midfielder joins Maresca's new side this summer, he could emerge as a vital starting player for them. He is likely to fill the void left by Conor Gallagher's possible departure ahead of next season. Why Leicester City want a KIERNAN-DEWSBURY-HALL swap deal. DEWSBURY-HALL is being targeted by Chelsea, who are reportedly ready to offer Leicester City several players in return. According to Fabrizio Romano, Chelsea have approached Leicester City for DEWSBURY-HALL with plans to include several players in the official proposal. The report states that David Datro Fofana and Cesare Casade have been mentioned as potential replacements for the midfielder's signature. Romano added that DEWSBURY-HALL, whose contract at the King Power Stadium expires in June 2027, wants to join the West London club. How does this deal benefit Chelsea? Even if a deal with Chelsea is reached, it will not be a straightforward swap. Leicester City will receive a fee for DEWSBURY-HALL, and, as an academy graduate, the amount goes into the books as net profit. This is particularly important for the Foxes, as they struggle to comply with the Profitability and Sustainability Rules, PSR. The championship governing body have long expected Leicester to breach the PSR, anticipating their account for the year would exceed a loss of £13 million, which is the threshold for a season in the second tier. While it is unclear how far short the Foxes are, a deal for DEWSBURY-HALL would almost certainly keep them safe. The acquisition of Fofana and Casade will also not harm them financially due to the way the transfer is viewed in relation to the PSR. All costs for DEWSBURY-HALL go directly into the account in the year of the transaction, even if payment is not made in advance. Instead, transfer fees for incoming players are spread across all accounts over the duration of the player's contract. For example, if DEWSBURY-HALL were sold for £40 million as an academy player on the books for next to nothing, Leicester would immediately have all that profit in their account. If Casade joins the Foxes for £15 million and signs a 5-year contract, only a fifth of that, namely £3 million, will come into the account this year. If the Foxes can balance the budget, it means they will not face the risk of a second ban during the upcoming season. They are expected to receive point deductions for their PSR violations in the 3-year cycle ending in 2023. Then the question arises, is there a deadline for completing transactions? If Leicester need to complete a deal to meet PSR in 2023-2024, then it will need to be completed by Sunday, as this year's report closes on June 30th. Club this summer, whatever happens. As in any summer over the last decade, sales are needed to help fund the club's transfer business and help them meet the PSR in the coming season. If a deal is not done by Sunday evening, it means DEWSBURY-HALL will not join Chelsea.